Hello, and welcome to Sunrise Perspectives by Teresa. I'm Teresa, and I am so glad to have you with me. Today we're going to talk about keeping commitments. I have Ashley with me in a conversation on a hike that you can go with us and listen in to see how do we keep commitments. Let's see what that looks like.
Your word is your promise. Today I have a special guest with me, my daughter Ashley.
Hey everyone, I'm happy to be here.
In this episode, we're having a conversation that's been on my mind for a while. It's a conversation about commitment. I think of a commitment as a way that we make a promise. I've heard of a promise made through pinky promises, handshakes, verbal agreements, or common days, a written contract. But why is it that a pinky promise, handshake, or a verbal agreement is no longer enough to seal the deal? Is it that way because so many promises have been broken that we've resorted to contracts with consequences?
Yeah, it reminds me of promises I used to make to myself, like my New Year's resolutions. If I had a written contract, maybe I would keep them.
It makes me wonder, why then do we break promises?
I think the pandemic is partially to blame. There are studies that show that people have developed more social anxiety and social burnout and are overall more overwhelmed by too many other commitments.
That's a good point. I also heard that many people make promises in the moment and forget what they say. We may be making promises that are too large to accomplish. Perhaps we are people pleasers and we want to be liked but not being entirely realistic about what we're committing to. We even break promises at the last minute, I heard, because of the rush we get clearing our schedules to sit and do nothing.
I totally get that. I feel like I make promises because I'm too afraid to hurt people's feelings, and sometimes I feel cornered into making promises that I know I can't keep. I think I just need to learn how to be honest.
Lately, I've noticed that I get bothered when someone makes a promise to me and it gets broken. It wasn't until I started to research the subject that I identified why I had such a strong reaction. A broken promise is a rejection. It symbolizes abandonment. It makes a person feel unimportant. It may stem from my childhood, but regardless, it affects me to the core. Am I alone, or does anyone else feel this way?
I feel that. I also think we need to consider how our promises affect not only us, but the people we're making a commitment to. Maybe someone spent a lot of time preparing for the commitment. Maybe someone looked forward to that time with you more than you knew. Or maybe someone rearranged their own schedule just to ensure that they kept that promise to you.
Yep, and I know I need to have patience and understanding for the times when people just can't keep their commitments due to illness or overwhelm. I too just broke plans with a good friend recently because I was overwhelmed with the busyness of life. The key is to explain your situation. Explain how important it is to you to make up for that time. This shows the person that you're canceling is not a direct reflection on them. And then reserve breaking commitments on a regular basis.
So, how then do I ensure that I keep my promises? What advice would you give me?
I recommend giving yourself reminders. Seeing it on a calendar helps you to plan it appropriately. Check your calendar before committing to make sure you're not overbooking. Allow time in your calendar for preparing and transportation. This will help you to stay on time. Learn to say no, or I will get back to you when you need more time to decide. Prioritize the important things first.
I bet there are people in your life that you can think of that would always keep their promise. And then there are others that would always break them.
Indeed, I can think of both. It makes me consider how I want to be perceived. Do I want to be known as a person of my word, or someone who always breaks a commitment? This is a good topic to ponder. Thank you, Ashley, for walking me through this.
Not a problem. I'm happy to help.
Join me next week when I expand on this concept with a discussion on prioritizations, how to put your big rocks in first.
Thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you being here. If you like it, please hit the like button. If you could share it, I would greatly appreciate it. The more people that hear it, the more we can impact the world. Thank you for stopping by and have a blessed day. Bye.